Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bake Shop Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Sunday, January 28th, 2024. Now, if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my college basketball bank shop best bet, you can find those at the premium picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, let's get into it. Here are the games for Sunday in college hoops. First up, we see North Texas and FAU. This one's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN2. After last year's big run in the NCAA tournament and going into this year, bringing back the same coach, bringing back a lot of the same roster that you had during that run, it was expected to see FAU be a bit overvalued in spots against the spread, at least in some of these non-conference and even conference games. And it's why, even though the Owls are off to a great start, 16-4 overall and 6-1 in conference play on a nice 5-game win streak, they're only 10-10 against the number. They've been subpar against the spread this season. But this is one of those spots where I actually think we're getting a really good price with FAU because of their recent struggles against the number. And I'm willing to lay the points with the Owls. North Texas, you could consider this a letdown spot because the Mean Green are coming off a really exciting close win over one of the best teams in the conference in SMU, 68-66 the final score in that one. I like North Texas defensively, top 30 in adjusted defensive efficiency, 7th best effective field goal percentage defense, but shot quality-wise, I do think there are some regression concerns for this defense. FAU, like I mentioned, a lot of the same rosters last year's team, a lot of scoring pieces on this team, really, great depth scoring for this roster. I think FAU is going to be just fine in this game offensively, even though that North Texas defense is strong. Now, offensively for North Texas, while their shooting numbers are okay, their fundamentals just not there for me. They turn the ball over far too much. They don't get to the free throw line much. And while they're a really good offensive rebounding team, so is FAU. I do think both these teams will have plenty of second chance looks in this game. I like FAU at home in this one. We've seen them. The game against UTSA went to overtime. The game against Rice was competitive for a while. I think this is finally a spot where FAU returns home, has a nice, feel-good blowout win against a solid opponent in North Texas. So give me FAU. I'm going to lay the points. Next up, we see Quinnipiac and Fairfield. This one's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN+. Both of these teams are in great form going into this game. It should be a really entertaining contest. Quinnipiac has won 6 straight games and is now 7-1 in conference play. Fairfield has won 3 straight games, and while they lost on January 12th to Niagara, before that they were on a big win streak where in non-conference play and in the beginning of conference play, Fairfield's only lost 1 game since December 1st. And, I think this is a game that's going to come down to one key factor. I think Quinnipiac has a big advantage on the glass in this one, both top 100 in offensive and defensive rebounding percentage, and Fairfield 305 in defensive rebounding. Quinnipiac, who's starting to sharpen up, shooting-wise, percentage-wise, is now going to get probably a good amount of second chance looks in this game with their front court. And guys in their backcourt like Matt Belanc are really starting to sharpen up from the perimeter. At the beginning of the season, a slow starter from 3, but now 35% on the year. Savion Lewis, 38.5% as well. So while as a team, Quinnipiac's ranked 207 in three-point shooting, this is still a team that I think is dangerous from the perimeter. And if they're getting those second chance looks, they're going to get not only some putback layups, but some open threes as well on those offensive rebounds. So Fairfield, I think shot quality-wise, there are some reasons to be concerned. I think there's some regression concerns for this team going forward. And we're getting a few points with who I believe is the better team in this one. I know it's a road game, but I don't think it's going to matter. I'm going to take the points here with Quinnipiac on the road. Next up, it's SMU and Wichita State. This one's going to be a 3 p.m. Eastern start time. It's going to be on ESPN2. I'm looking to fade both of these defenses. I think there's some regression concerns for both defenses, as SMU's ranked 19th in the country in adjusted defensive efficiency, but the shot quality numbers are not great, and their defensive rebounding percentage, one of the worst in the conference, ranked 293rd nationally. Wichita State, while their offense isn't the most efficient right now, they are a very good offensive rebounding team. They should get a lot of second chance looks in this game. And as of late, while the last game against East Carolina was not a good offensive performance, we've seen Wichita State be a lot more competitive offensively. Against Memphis, they put up 86 points, put up 77 against FAU, so some of the better teams in the conference. Even against South Florida, it was a competitive game, 68 points offensively for the Shockers on the road. I think Wichita State scores some points in this one. SMU should be fine offensively as well. Good three-point shooting team, good offensive rebounding team. I think we see a lot of points in this ballgame. Give me the over. Next up, it's Memphis and UAB. This one's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. I can't trust Memphis in this game on the road. I don't want to lay points with this team right now. I mean, we've seen them this week They ranked 19th in the AP polls, but not for long because they lost to two teams outside the top 100 in KenPom in South Florida and Tulane. One of those a home game, the other one on the road. And while both of those games are very close, a 1-point game and a 2-point game, still, I wouldn't want to lay points with Memphis right now on the road. I do think their defense is overrated, and UAB has a big advantage on the offensive boards in this game because they're 28th in the country in offensive rebounding. Memphis 313th in defensive rebounding. So UAB, I think, offensively will be just fine in this ball game. They get to the free throw line well. I expect them to score a lot of points. This is a team that has not fared too well away from home, but in conference play at home, they've been very solid. They have not lost a conference game at home yet, and a couple of their wins include the wins or the teams that Memphis just lost to, Tulane and South Florida. UAB beat them both. The defense for UAB is concerning. I think Memphis will be fine offensively. That's why I like the over in this game. I think both teams put up some points, but I think it's going to be a close game, competitive game, kind of a similar scoreline to what we've seen recently from Memphis, but no way I can lay this many points on the road with the Tigers right now. Next up, we see Nevada and New Mexico. This one's going to be a 10 p.m. Eastern start time. It's going to be on Fox Sports 1. We've talked about it all season with New Mexico in the pit. They have a great home court advantage. They win a lot of their home games. They have not lost a home game yet this year, and they've been great against the number at home, and I think we see another win and cover for the Lobos at home. Nevada just not in good form right now. Had a great start to the season, 15-1 record, 2-0 in conference play, but now they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. That includes 2 true road games, double-digit loss to San Diego State, and a bad loss against Wyoming where they give up 98 points in that game. Shot quality-wise, I think New Mexico the much better team here. Rebounding-wise, New Mexico has a big advantage as Nevada's ranked 271st in offensive rebounding percentage. To me, not a good get-right spot for Nevada. They did win against Colorado State last time out, but that was a home game. Different story on the road. Give me New Mexico. I'm going to lay the points. And that's it. Those are games for Sunday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Ron Romanelli. Good luck.